Welcome to the No Timers podcast. Everything Ottawa Senators and beyond is here. Here are your hosts, Raph and Peter.
Yes, that's right, and welcome back to episode 5 of the No Timers podcast. My name is Raph. He is Pete. Pete, welcome back to another episode. How are you today?
Doing good. I was doing good until last night. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I mean, we had a decent week last week.
Yep.
I can't complain about what we did. And then last night we had a little barn burner, but we're back at it tonight against Nashville, so we'll see how that goes. That's actually in a couple hours, so we'll see how that goes. All right, folks. So yeah, like I said, this is episode 5. Today we're going to be looking back on the week that we had last week where the Sens they lost in overtime to Florida. They beat Dallas and they beat Vegas. And then yesterday, Monday, they lost the barn burner to Washington.
We could also throw in, can't remember if we talked about the Tampa game, but they also won that one.
Yes, so, we can. Yeah, we can talk a little bit about Tampa.
Right before, the game against the Caps. I mean, they were able to get at least 1 point in each game, so it was a good week. Yeah,
we had 4 points in 4 games, or at least we got a point in all 4 of those games. But unfortunately, yesterday's game got people a little bit mad again because everyone's like, trade Chychrun, trade this guy, trade everybody. And Forsberg played with he played Dallas and Vegas or
yep.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, let's keep riding the Forsberg train, and then he played the Washington game and he let in 3 goals on 11 shots, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, definitely not a good game for him. Korpisalo was not much better because he let another 3 goals on like 10 shots. So technically, he was worse. Another topic that we will be talking about this podcast is one that I kind of already brought up, is the, people saying trade this guy, trade this guy. Trade market is hot today. It's a lot of talk about Chychrun being traded now because everyone's mad at him because he played like garbage. People wanting to dump Forsberg for Saros. What else? And then of course the old trade news: Tarasenko, Brandstrom, and Kubalik. That's all there is to it. And then I was also listening to the Coming In Hot guys, Pete, and they were talking about next year's coach most likely is going to be John Gruden, and I am not happy about that at all.
Yeah, we'll get more into that later in the episode. But I think we're just going to start with the rundown of the games first.
Yep. So I guess we'll go all the way back to the Tampa game. Just go here on the NHL.com website. Yeah, that was a good game. We had a very good outing against Tampa. We beat them. I don't even remember now.
Yeah, I'm honestly trying to remember how the game went.
Yeah,
it's been it's been over a week.
Yeah, but anyway, Tampa game was good. We beat them at home, and then we went back to back with Florida. We lost, I think it was 3-2 in overtime to Florida.
Yep.
So that's 2 good points that we got in Florida. Vegas.
Yeah, against divisional rivals too, which is always good to see.
Yeah. It's always good beating the Atlantic rivals. Yep.
Yeah. I think from what I remember, the game against Tampa, very solid game. I think Forsberg had the start there as well. So another good game from him. I'm just looking it up. Sens won 4-2. So
okay.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those games where because of the really bad week before that, it was great to see them come out against whether or not you think Tampa's good or not. I mean, are they, on a downward trend over the many years? They've had very good years, but they're still in a playoff spot, so it's good to see that win. But then, going to the back-to-back against Florida, which is a super hot team. Definitely happy and happily surprised they're able to get the point out of that one. But I think a big talking point after that game was, again, Korpisalo. I think that first goal, that was like... It was within the first 5 minutes. I think basically on like the first shot or something like that. Wasn't a very good one. He should have had that, which, we say all the time with him.
Yeah.
And then same thing with that overtime goal where he was caught cheating a bit. Like, I get it. A lot of goalies now, I think, do that because they're always worried about the cross-ice pass, but I don't know. It's still somewhat deflating. But, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we still got the point, so at this rate, I'll take it,
Yep.
But, looking ahead to last week, so this was on Monday, I believe, the 24th was. Saturday. So Saturday was Vegas. Great game. Forsberg got to start there. The Sens let in not an early one, but we let in the first goal. And then after that, we went to work. It was 2-0. Sens came back. We actually led 3-2 until 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third.
Yeah.
Vegas tied it up. We had the most exciting overtime I have ever seen in my life. Pete.
Yeah, I was losing my voice.
Peter and I, we were there live, and we could not sit down. We were standing up all the time, just yelling, and it was great. That was a very.
It does help. We were sitting at one of those like bars, so I could lean on something.
Yeah, we were up in the 400s in the fancy seats, and so we got a view of everything, and could lean on the bar and just going up and down on the overtime because it was so exciting. We should have won that game at least 5 times in overtime, and Vegas could have won it at least 5 times in overtime too.
Oh yeah, but good goalie battle there between I think it was Thompson and Forsberg.
Yeah, Thompson and Forsberg. That was a great goalie battle there.
And same thing in the shootout. I mean, Timmy won it for the Sens. Great goal, but the goalies were on point that game. Yeah,
exactly. Timmy won it. Little forehand snipe after going. Timmy down center ice. Then he went right. Then he cut across, and then little shimmy shake, and then he got him on the blocker side, I believe, because Thompson he catches right, so he catches with the other hand that most goalies do.
Yep.
So he actually went glove side on Thompson, not the blocker side.
If I remember it correctly, so Timmy shot second for Ottawa.
Yes.
Yeah. They went with Norris to start because he was hot. I think he had a goal.
He got a goal there. Yeah, he got a tipped goal. Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, Norris kind of tried a similar move. Yeah, but I can't remember if he went
far right and then just shot it right. He missed the net completely.
And then, I thought it was kind of funny to me. Just like, nah, I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. And it's funny because the guy beside us, he's like, oh, as soon as they go wide, they miss. and then Norris goes and misses it. I'm like, oh, come on.
I will say, the guy beside us, it was very fun to have him at the game next to us. And I 100% support every single call he made where the refs were blind. Doesn't matter what it was, the refs were blind.
Even where there's no calls to make. He's like, come on, ref. I'm like, bro, why you just touch the puck?
No, I totally agree with that.
Oh, that's funny. Great game against Vegas. Beating a Stanley Cup champions like that is great. We got our first home win on home ice against Vegas. So, we finally stopped losing to Vegas. Next game, Dallas. That was also a great game. We outplayed Dallas. We had telephone. Where'd it
Ignore that.
go? Yeah, it's all good. Where did it go? Vegas. And then Dallas. Where's Dallas, bro?
They're on the 22nd. So actually, they played Dallas before Vegas.
No. Okay. So Dallas before Vegas. That's why I can't find it.
I know, we're jumping around. That's all
Yeah,
right.
we're just going boop, boop, boop. Anyway, Dallas game also good. Here, I'll look at my phone because it's easier because the NHL website is not letting me go back that far.
I mean, yeah, that was a good statement win. I mean, I had heard that Dallas has been struggling a bit recently, but it's still
Yeah, I think we
good to
had,
see not only get that win, but just absolutely own that game. I mean, holding Dallas to just, I think it was 15 shots.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, holding a team to low shots didn't help on Monday last night.
It was a 4-1 game against Dallas that we won. Yeah, like you said, they had 15 shots. We had 30 shots, so double shots. Yeah, 4-1, amazing. Norris had a great game, a two-goal game for Norris. Pavelski got their only goal. Oh, yeah, and Shabbat, right? So Shabbat, up to the Washington game, he had scored 3 goals in 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
So he was also on a little bit of a heater. Pinto scored against Dallas. Shabbat scored Norris. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good week, man. Like last week, I cannot complain. Dallas, Vegas, and then whatever else we played because I don't remember anymore. But
Florida teams.
yeah, and then so it was Dallas, Vegas, and then we played Washington yesterday. So
Yeah.
So if we had beaten Washington, we would have been on a 4-game winning streak, or at least at least we maybe got a point out of it. We would have had 5 points in 5 games, but it's okay. It's a blip. We'll live with it. I don't.
Yeah,
it's not the end of the world. So
we can talk more a bit about the game, but overall, we'll see how tonight goes with Nashville with the back-to-back. But this is one of those games where, honestly, because they played so well last week, you're hoping this is just, like you said, a blip, one-off. They just, I don't know. It's hard to kind of continuously play that good unless you I hate to say it, freaking Leafs right now are hot.
Yeah, 7-game winning streak. Yeah,
I think Detroit as well. I mean, Edmonton had that huge streak not that long ago.
16 games.
So, I mean, there's a reason why you don't see that, like every team go on a run like that. So, I mean, maybe Ottawa can still put one together. Like I said, it's just one game right now where they kind of fell off a bit. But hopefully it's something they clean up because I can't remember if we talked about last week, but they just seem to be playing much better under Jacques right now.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it was. They just, a lot of bad turnovers in this game where, honestly, it's almost hard to fault Forsberg and Corpusalo on I would say a majority of those goals. Some of them, for sure, they want back. I think, as a goalie, every goal is one you want back. But and even I know as much as we like to hate on Hamonic, he was kind of left out to dry by Chikrin on a lot of those that was
that was a horrible game yesterday for Chikrin.
rush chances, and especially that I think it was the first goal. Can't remember, but Stützle just turned it over really bad, near the blue line of the offensive zone, which led to that rush.
Yeah.
And it was almost a similar turnover, or at least the location where I think it was also the first goal that Vegas scored.
Yeah.
Where he just I think in the Coming in Hot podcast today, I think they mentioned like typically you want to get that puck back deep in, but it just didn't happen.
So
Oh wait, no, I'm remembering now. Sorry, that goal with Vegas was actually in the Ottawa zone, but it's still like, again, I don't know. I know he's our superstar, forward, but he's got to be smarter with the puck.
yeah.
I mean, he's still young, so hopefully he'll learn from these.
So I'm gonna play an audio of me calling into the TSN 1200 hotline yesterday after the game.
Good job.
And take a listen. I'll let you know when it's over. Take a listen, everybody.
On the phone lines, Raph, what are your thoughts on tonight's 6-3 loss? You there, Raph?
Oh, hey, how are you guys?
Great, how are you doing?
Doing well. Just a couple of things. First off, Brady isn't getting traded. He's not going anywhere. Secondly is two of those goals, Hamonic and Chikrin. What's going on there? Chikrin is pinching, and then the 2-on-1 goal, he doesn't skate back to, maybe even make an effort to try to stop the puck carrier, and then, Hamonic swimming all over the place. The second goal, Hamonic is down by the right side of the net, by the red line, when Hamonic whiffs on it. And then again, as soon as, they go down on a 2-on-1, I know right away they're scoring. Hamonic swimming, Corpusalo swimming. You got to get that pair split up.
One funny thing, I stopped it in the middle just so we can sort of talk about this. I was talking about exactly that. So the first goal, Hamonic pinched. See, I did it again. Chikrin pinched and skated back like Riley on the Greg one-timer slap shot net, not trying at all. And then on the second 2-on-1 goal that they scored, Hamonic is down by Chikrin. See, I said Hamonic when I called them too. Chikrin is down by the goal line on the right side. So like, picture the ice. Here's the goal. Chikrin is right here. Okay. Here and then here. Here's another Ottawa player. Here's another Ottawa player. Hamonic is at the point by himself. There's two Vegas guys right here. He whiffs on the shot. Vegas gets it. Him and Chikrin is way
Wait,
there.
talking Vegas or Caps?
No, Caps. Talking about Caps. No, this was last night's game. No. Yeah. And then 2-on-1, then Hamonic goes swimming again, and Corpusalo also was flopping the whole left side of the net. Okay, let's finish. Right. Let's finish hearing this. Hold on. We're gonna go.
And you also can't play Hamonic and Chikrin and Shabbat because they're too similar. And I know you already said there's nothing we can do because Zoo probably won't play tomorrow. But isn't there a way that we can, I don't know, just not play Hamonic at all and go 5D? Because that would be better. And I mean, tonight's game.
You weren't the first to suggest that tonight.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, bad game. We played like garbage. The S show on the goals, 100%. I agree. But we're back at it tomorrow. It's just a blip. We're 9-4-2 since the start of the second half. It's not horrible, but hopefully we can pick it up tomorrow, and you guys can take it on from here. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Raph.
Raph, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, I like I said on my audio, I was talking about is there a way that we can play 5D without Hamonic? Just kind of just sit him in the press box. You don't need to bring anybody up. Just sit him up in the press box. It's fine. And then CJ and I think it was JR. They're like, yeah, you're not the first person to ask us that. I'm like, well, there's got to be a way, but yeah, nothing they can do, right? Because it's cap restraints. There's nothing they can do, unfortunately. So,
right.
Anywho, moving on from that, moving on, but sort of staying on that topic a little bit. Let's talk about, since we're talking goalies and we're talking bad D-men, I want to hear one or maybe more than one of your possible mock trades for goalie and defenseman for Ottawa. I want to see what you got.
Oh, jeez. Put me on the spot because I've got nothing.
I know. That's why I want to hear.
Shoot.
Here, I'll get you started. One that I have.
All right.
I actually made a little graphic because I like doing that stuff. So for our goalies, obviously, so a lot of talk about UC Saros and things like that. One that I mentioned was Jonas Korpisalo, 25% retained. Jacob Chikrin in the first rounder, 2024. Got either BR's or Boston's. To Nashville for Saros. What do you think about that? So
I mean,
Corpy, Chikrin in the first round for Saros.
I suppose it'd be nice. It's just I don't think it'll happen for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, hate to say it, 25% retained on Corpusel is probably not enough.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And then honestly, I haven't looked at the Western standings, but because I feel like Nashville is still fighting for a spot.
Yeah, they're fourth. They're fourth in the Central. They're still fighting. Yeah.
You've got to like really sweeten the pot for them to even think about moving on from Saros. Cause I don't know who their backup is. But I don't see them doing that if they're trying to push for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
here's
maybe
another one.
piggyback on your mock trade. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Because I remember like watching the Anaheim game that they had played, that they had that real stinker. I was reminded though of how good I think Gibson is.
Yeah.
I know he's more expensive. I believe his contract right now is more expensive than Saros. But then, because of where Anaheim is in the stand, they're rebuilding. Maybe that's a potential way to go. Maybe like a similar deal that you just threw out there.
Gibson's Anaheim, right?
Yeah. The only thing is, I think he has a modified no move clause, which obviously throws a wrench into all that. But I mean,
6'4", bro. That's a lot of money.
I know.
6.4 million till 2027, and he's 30 years old. So I don't know. Yeah.
But I don't know. Since you put me on the spot, that's the only thing I can think of for like goalies right now. Honestly, I don't really know who else you can really target in a trade.
So lately there's been talk about Omark from Boston as well. Him.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was it Olmark or Swayman? I thought I've heard.
I wish we can get Swayman, man, but Olmark's pretty good too. Not gonna lie, I don't mind Olmark.
Yeah, no, I mean honestly, I'd be happy with either.
Yeah. And I believe.
And then I've heard Markstrom's name thrown around from Calgary. Yeah. I mean that one might.
So just to stay on the Boston for a little bit. Yep. So Omark, he's $5 million for one more year. So 24-25, he's still on the books. Jeremy Swayman, he's 3.47 this year, so he's an RFA next year. So he would have to waive his rights, or he'd have to claim his rights to be able to get him. You know, if they traded or something like that. For Markstrom, goalie friendly show today. Let's see. Goalie Union, please sponsor us.
I've got Cap Friendly up. He's signed.
Yeah, me too.
$6 million until he's a UFA starting in 2026.
Okay, so So
and he's got a no move clause.
well, not as bad though as Gibson, right? So
yeah.
and he's younger. Is he young? How old is Markstrom?
34.
So he's not younger.
I
Never
forgot
mind.
how old he is.
Yeah, he's oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Gibson's younger. So I don't know, man.
I will say, just side note, because I remember how I heard about Markstrom, and then I later saw someone posted on Reddit of just him, like, he was in a video where he's just playing with, like, a Brodeur and Carey Price, like, figures.
Yeah,
but, like,
saw
this was
that.
back when he used to play for Florida. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he has been around for a while. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, but he's 34, so still a good goalie, but 2 more years after this at $6 million is a little pricey because, like, if you want to compare sort of apples to apples, we can compare Gibson and Korpisalo. Of course, Korpisalo is getting $5 million for the next 5 years, unfortunately, and he's 29, and Gibson is 30, and he's getting $6 million for the next 4 years. So
Yeah.
by the time their contract ends, they'll be the same age. But I think Gibson is better than Korpisalo at the moment anyway. But yeah, if we could land one of Saros, Omark, or even Swayman, even Markstrom for like a year, better than what we have right now. And goalie wise, I don't know if there's anybody else that's available right now. I don't think so, because the goalie market is always tough, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, looking ahead, since we're still talking goalies, funny enough, Korpisalo and Saros, they face off tonight. Let's go over some numbers, shall we? Let's go Corpy. 13, 18, and 3. He has a 3.39 GAA and an 8.87 save percentage. That is not NHL caliber goaltending, my friends. You see Saros,
Nope.
23, 21, and 2, 2.95 GAA, 904. It's not up there, but it's it's okay. It's decent. Again, Nashville is 4th in the Central, so they're still fighting for their playoff lives. They're still up there. And yeah, I'd love to have this guy any day of the week. Their backup right now is Lankinen. He's played 12 games. He's got 3.23 GAA, and his save percentage is better than Korpisalo's, an 892. And Korpisalo is supposed to be a number 1 in the NHL. So what's going on here?
Shit.
It's what you said, right? He's probably blind or something, because there's something wrong there.
That maybe that's my conspiracy theory with him. Other than that, it's got to be all mental. Like, I would hope the goalie coaches are work with him to improve positioning and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but how long does it, like, the goalie coach has been here for a little bit. How long does it take?
Right, that's why it's like, yeah, like, I don't know any, like, you can only coach so much, obviously, and aside from maybe cheating on some shots, positionally, I don't think he's that bad. It's just these weird shots that just seem to get through him, where he's a little slow to react, I would guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like yesterday, he let in the first goal that when Korpisalo got put in the game. Hendrix Lapierre got a little softy on him right by his foot. It's like, bro, you gotta stop that. You gotta stop those goals.
But then, like, it also, I know defensively the Suns been playing better, but I think I said, or maybe I didn't say it in last week's episode, but I did make a note of it where I can't remember which game it was, but it look like, and I think Corpusal was in net, where he was screened on a shot, and that kind of happened again last night on like 1 or 2 goals, and I think it was Hamonic on all these cases, where
Of
like
course.
you gotta block that shot or get out of the way so the goalie can see it. And I honestly don't know if that how much that contributes to his overall stats this year, but maybe something to consider where, especially earlier in the year where defensively the team was just all over the place.
Yeah.
How many of these are like the guys in front are just kind of shooting the goalie in the foot? Hard to say.
Yeah, it's tough because for 2 of those goals, Hamonic was just swimming, and the goalie's got to read the shooter, right? So you can't just stand still because if the guy shoots, so he's gotta try to read the pass, but the thing is, once the pass is made, and then they pass it back, it's hard. It is hard to get back to the other side quickly. Doesn't matter how good you are, those cross crease passes they're brutal. But yeah, we'll look ahead to the future, and hopefully it won't be so bad. In the future, maybe they can solve their goalie problem now. I doubt it. To be honest, I don't think we're making any moves goalie wise in terms of
Yeah.
but yeah.
Just cause, like you say, because the market's not really, unless we give up a lot, which, I mean, if Steos is willing to do that, I mean, good for him, I guess.
Yeah.
I will say, like, after all the discussion, I'm gonna start paying attention to how the guys down in Belleville are doing. I know there hasn't been a lot about them, but I don't know. Maybe next year we gotta. Because wait, I gotta double check here. Can't remember. How long is Forsberg signed until?
I think Forsberg has another year or 2.
Oh yeah, he does. He's got 1 more year after this year.
Yeah.
So let's say like, do we start giving?
So he'd be potentially, because there's talk about him being a potential trade candidate right now.
Yeah.
So
just because he's got a bit more value than Corpusal, because like, one, obviously his contract's better, and then he seems to be playing better than Corpusal, so potentially get more from him.
Yeah.
But then, do you want to go run with that potential these with you running Corpusal as your true number 1, unless one of the guys down in Belleville can steal that, which I know we haven't seen much of him this year. But I mean, I think it was last year they had a decent run. Some of these guys, Mandolese.
Yeah. Well, we thought Sogard was gonna.
Sogard, yeah.
He was ripping it up before he got called up, right? He was doing so well in Belleville, and then he called up. He played 2 games, and we got destroyed. So, they sent him back, and then Forsberg came back from injury, and we are where we are now. So,
yeah. Honestly, it's just. Yeah, the goalie situation's not great right now. I don't know.
It's not. It hasn't been good like since Anderson, and then we've been saying that for a few episodes now. Yeah, the goalie situation is always complicated on any team, honestly, but it's been tough since Anderson. We're gonna move on here because I want to talk about a little bit of your predictions for tonight's game against Nashville. We're currently 1-0 against them this season. We beat them 4-3 on January 29th in overtime. What are your predictions for tonight?
You said Corpusal's got the start today. I'm assuming Hamonic's still in the lineup.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing we can do there. Yeah. If they look, I think they should.
You know what?
They should split the pairs up. They got to do Chikrin and Sanderson, or Shabbat. Because let's just say Shabbat, JBD first pair, Chikrin Sanderson second pair, Hamonic and Brandstrom third pair. Because you got to split up those guys. You can't play Hamonic and Chikrin together again.
Honestly, I would keep the current Shabbat Brandstrom pairing because I feel like that's working pretty well.
But you got to split
But
up Hamonic.
if you want to, go with
you could do Hamonic JBD, but poor JBD though.
yeah. Shoot, man, we need Zoo back. Hopefully he gets better soon, or whatever.
Yeah, let's see if the Sens posted the lines. I think they just did here.
But I'll at least be somewhat optimistic and say that they'll, at the very least, get a point in overtime. But it will be a loss.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be a bit more optimistic than what I would have done after seeing what happened last night.
Yeah, with Hamonic and back there in Corpusalo and Ed, it's gonna be tough. Well, yeah, we will see. I don't really know what to expect out of this game tonight. But yeah, after we're done recording here, we're gonna go watch it, and hopefully if we get a point out of it, great. That's great.
Yep.
If not, that's bad, and then we have to kind of see what we're gonna do because we have 10 days till the deadline, so we got to figure out what we're doing quickly, right? Okay, moving on a little bit, looking ahead to this week. So tonight, like we said, we play Nashville. And then this week, tomorrow is obviously a break. And then do we play Thursday or Friday? Let me check. So we play Arizona on Friday.
Yep.
Oh, we're doing back-to-backs again. So Arizona Friday, Philly on Saturday at Philly.
Ooh.
And then next Wednesday, Anaheim at Anaheim. Oh, God. We're going to go on a Western road trip.
West trip. Yeah. The dreaded late season Western road trip.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about that because it's Anaheim, LA, and San Jose, and then that takes us to next Saturday, the 9th.
Also, yeah, this weird one where they play Arizona at home on Friday, and then they go to Philly the next day.
The very next day, yeah.
Thank you, NHL scheduling again. I think we touched on it a bit in a previous episode, but yeah, they just
look.
The
Okay,
schedule sucks this year.
Look at this. Okay, so we're back to back yesterday and today. We have back to back Friday, Saturday, and then next week I have back to back Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
And then Saturday against San Jose. Like, what the hell, man?
Man, that's what happened when, for whatever reason, the Sens played barely any games throughout, October, November.
Yeah, like you mentioned in one of
throw in the Sweden trip.
Yeah.
And then now they got to make up all these games at the end of the season. I don't know who's doing the scheduling at the NHL, but they need to fix that. If I don't know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, it's like you said. I think episode 1 or 2 or something like that. We had an NFL schedule where we were playing a game a week, and then we were 4, 5, 6 games behind. Now we have 4 games behind. We have 4 games in hand of the higher team that played more. So
I was just checking the rest of the year, and the Sens end the season on a back-to-back. It's great.
Yeah, not surprising. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
And it's away back-to-back too. It's oh geez, come on, guys.
Oh brother. Okay, let's quickly talk about this because I know this is nonsense and it's BS, but let's talk about it because it was thrown out there.
Yes, let's talk.
I don't know if you heard about it, but you probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Tkachuk trade? What?
I mean, depends what we get back. No, I'm just kidding.
No, bro. I ain't trading Tkachuk for nothing.
I don't know who came up with this. It's gotta just clickbait.
So apparently somebody heard somebody from the team talk that, Stales isn't happy with Tkachuk's leadership and yada yada. So that person automatically assumed that we wanted to trade Tkachuk and then went on Twitter and was like, oh, that's trade Kachuk. Now everyone's going bananas over it. Yeah.
I mean,
It's never happening, bro. It's never. The only way I'll trade Kachuk now is if we get what's his name? Austin Matthews, McDavid, and McKinnon for Kachuk. Straight up. There you go. That's the only way I'll trade Kachuk.
of course, because
and
Chuck
Matthew,
is
and Matthew Kachuk too. We need at least one Kachuk on this team.
right.
But no. Just
One
bogus.
can dream.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't think
bogus.
the Sens could even pay all those contracts.
McDavid alone is like $12 million. We don't have $12 million.
Yeah.
We won't have it next year. We won't have it the year after that because our cap situation is in the gutter right now because very bad contracts. Thank you, Pierre.
But since you touched on, someone that's saying that Staios did not like Kachuk's leadership, what are your thoughts on that, on his leadership?
Honestly, I think Kachuk is a great leader. On the ice, he shows that he cares. When the team isn't playing well, he demonstrates it. He gets frustrated like the rest of us. I think that he's a great captain for this franchise. I believe that after Carlson, he was a great choice. It was supposed to be Stone, but Mark Stone got traded, unfortunately. So
let's not talk about that.
Yeah, but honestly,
I'm not over it.
I'm not over it either. But honestly, the next best thing is Kachuk. I would not. I didn't want Shabbat as captain. Can you imagine Shabbat being captain? That would be horrible.
That's a fair point because even if
there was nobody else at the time either.
Right. Say you didn't like his leadership, and you took the captaincy away from him, who do you give it to? Because I'd rather not go back to.
You give it to Giroux at this point, right?
That's true.
Give it to him
but
for the next year till he's here. So.
Yeah. But in my mind, I'm thinking you want a long-term captain because in my mind,
we're not giving it Shabbat. Shabbat is not a leader. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking when Alfie got the C way back when, and he was that long-term captain. It's something I feel the team needs. And
no, Kachuk is going to be a long-term captain. I believe that we're not.
The only thing, and he's still young. You got to remember that.
What is he? He's 24 now, something like that.
Yeah, I agree, and I like that. When the team's frustrated, he shows that, and he's trying to lead on the ice by example, kind of deal. Maybe, but you do need a bit of that maturity where you don't let it take over.
Yeah,
I know that's been some
head, exactly.
Yeah, there's been some criticism on Kachuk for that, and hopefully, with more experience, like I say, he's 24. Bro, we're 10 years older than him. Fuck. And I'm not mature at all, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they say, the best years of a man's childhood is the first 60. So.
Yeah. So that would be my only critique on that. But like I said, he's young. I don't see anyone else being captain. So, and then the whole trade thing. That's
no. I have zero problem with Kachuk being our captain. I think he's a great leader for this franchise. He's what we need. He's gritty. He's 24. He's gonna learn. He's gonna be a great captain. We will hopefully a year or two. Hopefully a year. We'll be in the playoffs, and he's gonna rip apart in the playoffs. It's gonna be great. It's great. People are just gonna eventually. Everyone's gonna shut up. But it's because of one guy that heard something and then went on Twitter and was like, "Oh, this is what I heard. This is the thing now." So whatever.
That's Twitter and social media for you. So yeah. Whatever gets the clicks and whatnot.
Since we're talking trades and trade deadline, we are, like I said, 10 days ahead of the trade deadline. Not specifically Senators related. It's been very, very quiet on the trade front for everybody ever since the Lindholm trade. Do you think we will see any big splash trades from now until the 8th? Which, by the way, I will be doing a live on the 8th, so you're welcome to join me, by the way.
Possibly. Gotta see what my schedule's like.
All right. So, what do you think? Any big trades coming up between now and then, or is there going to be big trades at the deadline? Like, what do you think?
I want to say. Sorry, I'm just looking at
Yeah.
the list of teams to
Yeah.
try to get me an idea.
Because I'll give you a name that was thrown out here today. Elias Pettersson from Vancouver.
Yep.
Rumors, very early rumors, that he might want to be shipped out. And one of the destinations that was pointed was Ottawa. So, again, I don't know, but highly doubt it.
Pettersson. I'm just looking him up here real quick. Ooh. He's an RFA next year.
Yeah, I think he's like, what is he, 21 or something? He's young. He's a young guy.
25.
Elias Pettersson, 25. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Still young. He'd be, at his age, he'd be great, for our team.
He would be.
But
I
don't know what we'd have to give up for him. But, like I said, doesn't have to necessarily be Senators. I just want to know if you think we're going to have any blockbuster trades before the deadline.
Because I know I remember there were rumors going around saying that Pittsburgh was thinking about even trading Carlson back to the Sens. Don't think that'll happen, but that's another big one. I know, the super
I'd love to have Carlson
team
back,
Dubas tried to build here. What was that?
I'd love to have Carlson back, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But that contract
it's just with that contract, and honestly, I'm not sure he'd be the right fit with the team right now. Honestly,
how much time does he have left on that contract? Let's see. Go ahead. I'm just looking.
No, that's all. The last year is 26, 27. So it's still a while.
Okay, yeah. So 26, 27, he'll be old. Because he's 33. So by 26, 27, we'll be, what are we? We'll be, 38, 39-ish? He'll be 36. So, yeah, that's old.
Yeah.
He'll be Crosby's age now.
True.
If he plays like Crosby at 36, then, yeah, come to Ottawa for a year or two and then finish your career here, right? So.
But I do get the feeling...
$10 million. Oh, my God. That's such
I get the feeling Pittsburgh might try to make a big move. Just because...
Yeah, but who, though?
Dubas just likes to do some crazy shit. Yeah. Like, you could see that from his time with the Leafs. And he did the same thing with Pittsburgh. I don't know what goes in that guy's head.
So the thing is, they don't have a first round pick this year, right? So there's that too.
Right. But it's more, I'm curious because I'm looking at the standings, they're 9 points back of Tampa for the second wild card.
Yeah.
Though they do have 5 games in hand. So do they double down and try to go even further into trying to get back to playoffs, or do they finally start a rebuild of some sort?
Okay,
so that's why I feel Pittsburgh is a good candidate for making a big move.
Maybe, but they have 20,000.
They're definitely not moving like Crosby or Malkin or those guys. 100% no.
Letang was a name that I heard too, by the way.
Yeah, I could see Letang moving. Even some of these other guys. What's his name? Was it Rust? No. Thought there was another guy. Can't remember.
There's Jeff
Maybe
Carter,
he's no longer plays with.
But he's old.
Wait.
He's 39 now.
How season?
Brian Rust, he's here. But he's got a contract till 27, 28, and it's 5.125. It's not a great contract either.
Right.
Especially if you want to get him now. So.
Like I said, I don't know. I feel like
Ricard?
I still feel.
Oh, that's interesting, Ricard.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe that Pittsburgh makes a move. I don't know who they would go for, who would they trade. That's just a gut feeling. I feel like Pittsburgh would do something. Part of me also thinks Detroit. I don't know. I know Stevie Y doesn't like doing crazy things for the most part, but since they've had such a good year, maybe they make a move. Even though that probably wouldn't be the smartest thing.
Yeah, so it looks like Pittsburgh has at the deadline cap space. Looks like they have $4.5 million cap space. Current cap space 4.5. Yeah, maybe they can move some of those contracts around, bring somebody. Because if they move from Letang, let's say, Chris Letang, he makes 6.1 mil. But he makes 6.1 million till 27, 28. So that's another one of those contracts that you have to kind of, you're either going to have to retain something or I guess he's good enough that you can pick up that contract, but not many teams have that kind of cap space that are in contention to pick up a guy at 6.1, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's been very slow. That's kind of what I wanted to know what you thought, because it's been a very, very slow lead up to the trade deadline. But yeah, okay. So we're almost done here, folks. But one thing I do want to talk about, I know that lately besides last night's game in Washington, the Sens are now 9-4-2 since, we'll call it, the Pinto comeback, which is apparently roughly the same as what we were last year at this time. Do you think, quickly, Pete, in any glimmer of hope that the Sens can make a run here and a sneak? Because we're 15 back with 4 games in hand.
There's always hope.
Yeah.
I can't remember that absolutely amazing run St. Louis went on years back.
2019.
I don't know. I have to look at that to compare, but I mean, aside from that hamburger run, which I remember seeing a graph posted up comparing this season, last season, and the hamburger run. We're not too far off that pace. Even last year was the same thing, but that's where that dreaded late season West Coast trip just kind of screwed everything over.
Yeah.
So I think if they keep consistently playing well, like the way they were like last week, and we don't have a bad week like we had 2 weeks ago, I say there is a chance. So they don't have to play perfect. Like they can lose, they can have these stinkers. We'll say ideally once every 2 weeks. Even if it's like, because there's so many games a week now because of this ridiculous schedule. I mean, even if they have like one stinker a week, I mean it's not. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think so. Definitely still hope. But obviously we need some help from the other teams to lose. That always helps. But yeah, still a chance.
Yeah. I'm looking at the hamburger run in 2015. So he went 21-2. So technically they only lost 1 game. Okay, 3 games if you count the overtime losses. With a GAA of 1.79, the guy let in less than 2 goals per game, and a save percentage of 941. 941, Peter. That's insane. The Senators finished with 99 points in the first wildcard. What even the second was the first wildcard spot, and we bumped Boston out of a playoff spot. Can we do it? Yeah, we could. We would need Forsberg to step back on his horse and, give us, like, we don't even need to go 21-2 right now. We can lose a few more games.
Right.
But what I said is at the start of the second half, we needed to go 27, 9, and 4 to get to 93 points, which is right there at the cutoff. That we can, we might be able to sneak in. But hey, if we go 21 and 2, amazing. That's even better, right?
Even better.
Yeah. But I don't know if either of these goalies have it in them to pull that off. So it's complicated. All right, folks. That is basically our episode. Pete, anything you want to add before we close here? Because I think we went through all the topics I wanted to talk about. So you can close us out here.
No, I mean, hopefully, Sens get back to their winning ways. Hopefully, at least a point tonight, because back-to-backs are tough.
It's
honestly,
one of 3 back-to-backs, so get ready, boys.
Yeah, but yeah, still got the hope. Insert. I think it's from Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah.
In there, all that fun stuff. But really, it's after many years of heartbreak with this team, but also good times because I'm following this team for most of my life.
Yeah, same here.
I've just learned to just enjoy it in the moment, kind of deal. Maybe that's me finally maturing at my ripe old age. Not that old actually, but
there you go. Seeing people complaining about Kachuk. Come on, people.
Yeah, just enjoy it, and maybe one day it'll all pay off. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I can say right now.
Yeah, exactly. If we don't make it this year, there's always next year, and with a new coach, and getting rid of some of those problematic players, we should be fine. So Sens fans, let's keep our head up. Let's keep on going here, and we will see that light at the end of the tunnel, which is just called playoffs.
Yep.
And honestly, I have faith in this team that we will shine again, and we will be cup contenders very, very soon. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Peter. Thank you again, everybody, for listening. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your support and love. We always appreciate that. Stay tuned because things are happening and things are coming for us. We're going to slowly, start integrating more things into this wonderful and amazing podcast. So stay tuned for that. Soon, hopefully in April, we should have a sponsor. If not before that, I'm talking to a few people. So we will be sponsored soon. And yeah, my final thoughts are, don't hate, appreciate, and of course, as always, go Sens, go.
That was the No Timers podcast. Make sure to stay tuned every week for a new episode. Thanks for listening.